Great seeing everybody back here today for Devos. Again, we're continuing on this subject matter, the way up is down. Now listen, as your pastor, I want you to do well. I want you to be blessed in this life, but also more important than anything, I want to be sure you always have your eyes on the kingdom, because that's where the real blessings are going to come one day. Okay, so we're talking about servanthood and being a humble person. Let me ask you a personal question. Do you need recognition? Oh, I wish I could tell you. I don't even know how many people have left my church because we forgot to thank them for something that they did. I remember one man and his wife, they got so mad at me because I didn't recognize something. I shouldn't have done this, but they ticked me off. And I got on my hands and knees, and I told them how unbelievably, eternally thankful I was for the wonderful thing they did. They left the church. So I didn't do that again. That was mean. I shouldn't have done that. But I'm just here to tell you that people have a problem if they're not recognized. Now look with me in 3 John verse 9 here. Look what he says. I have written something to the church, but Diotrephes, sorry, I tripped over that, who likes to put himself first, does not acknowledge our authorities. Now here's a man in the church. He is a Christian. He's teaching the word of God. He's a Christian leader, or maybe even a pastor, and he cannot submit. Now, I'm warning you here about something. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're some hotshot executive. I don't care if you own your own business. I don't care if you're like a multi-millionaire. It doesn't make any difference. All of us must submit. We submit to one another. We submit unto God. And submission is an important part of our Christian life. You know, sometimes people, they just want themselves glorified and lifting themselves up. Look with me in Acts chapter 12, verse 23. Here we have an example of this. And immediately an angel of the Lord struck him down. Okay, now here it is, a man in authority. And here he accepted worship as God from the people. And it says, this is during the church age, because he did not give God the glory, and he was eaten by worms and breathed his last breath there. I mean, that was it. And so God struck him down dead because he wanted all the glory. And listen, that's dangerous stuff there. Yeah, it's really sad. Some people do things for God. You're like, wow, isn't that nice? Now, I'm going to be frank. I've done this. I'm ashamed of myself. Things in the past. And I wanted people to know what I did. So I went and told them. Now, don't get me wrong. It's good to share some things with other people because you want them to follow your example. But sometimes we do it because we want them to think we're a great person. Did you know you lose your reward in heaven? My son, Randy, before he died, I found out some wonderful things of which he did. And I said, Randy, you never told me you did that. Real humble. He looked at me. He goes, if I told you, I would have lost my reward. Wow, that just struck me. But that's true. That is so true. So let me ask you, do you have a problem with this submitting to authority and submitting to other people? Now, I want to let you know, we need each other. You know, when you see a little turtle up on a fence post, he didn't get up there all on his own. Isn't that true? Okay, we need each other. And, one of us is not as strong as all of us, even here in the Lord. Okay, but we got to get rid of our rebellious spirits. It reminds me of some of the parents. They get mad. Somebody crosses their child. They're going to go fight with the school, and they're going to fight with the teacher, and they're going after the parents. Don't do that. I'm not saying sometimes there's an appropriate time, but if you have to do that over and over again, listen, you got to get your child to submit, to be told to do things in school, even if they do it in the wrong spirit, whatever the case may be. It was like one little boy that was sentenced to the corner by his mom and dad to sit in the corner. He was being punished, and he was sitting in the corner. He said, are you learning your lesson? He said, I am sitting on the outside, but really I'm standing on the inside. Okay, that's the way some of us as Christians are. So listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to look at let's look one last verse. 1 Peter 5, verse 5. He says, likewise, those of you who are younger, subject to the elders. All you young people, you have to do what I tell you, okay? Look, clothe yourselves with humility. That's how you know you're humble. Towards one another. That's to all people. For God opposes the proud, but gives his grace to the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that at the proper time he may exalt you. One day he's going to exalt you in heaven. But listen, this is what you got to do. Anybody can be great if they're willing to serve.